Good evening. So briefly about situation in Ukraine. Now we have more escalation, even in Kiev region, and more than 2,000 civilians also was killed by Russian in Mariupol. We have really humanitarian catastrophe in our southern region, where Russian occupied territories. We have one of the biggest humanitarian catastrophe in Kiev region, for example, in Bucha, in Irpin, and green corridors now not working in the type how they must working. So also some families was killed when they wanted to leave their own town in Kiev region in central Ukraine. And also, as you know, American journalist also was killed in this by Russian occupants. So it's really totally disaster. And in this question, I must tell you also some points how Russians now trying to like do legal work to take in more our territories. For example, they trying to communicate with people who has political influence and, for example, who leaders of parties on regional aspect, and who are members of regional council, and they trying to organize voting for like Kherson Republic. I know it directly because my father also member of Kherson. It's southern Ukraine. Kherson now occupied by Russians. He also member of regional council, and some person called to him and trying to start conversation. But when father understands that it's person from like occupators from Russia, he said that bye bye, I don't wanna have this conversation. But the next period of time in the same date, they collect and they gather people from regional council, and they vote for solutions that Kherson it's Ukraine and it will be Ukraine, and it was 100% right political position from their point. But you know, we can't understand what will be in future, for example, also in other region, because I think that new like political regime with Russians trying to do on our territories, they also use political pressure, they use a sanction list, for example, also on the example of my company and of company of father. My father from the period when he was a governor of Kherson region, and when he cut off water to Crimea, he also became a member of Russian sanction list of Russian Duma, and maybe they also will take all properties and do physical pressure to family. I'm can't be sure that it's will be, for example, tomorrow, but I'm sure that it will be. And as you can see also in news that some people from Eastern Ukraine from local governments was stolen, and nobody know where is them. Maybe they were stolen by Russians. And also now we have big demonstration in southern Ukraine, a demonstration of people. It's thousands of people who came to demonstration and said that we against Russia, and that we don't want a Russian occupation in Kherson, we don't want a Russian occupation in Kakhovka, in Berdyansk, and you can see it's a really big demonstration, and it's also demonstration under guns, because armed people from Russian army are there, and they do pressure to people who come on these demonstrations. So that's why the situation is very hard, and I wanna to do accent one more time that Russian trying to legalize in different ways their occupation of territories of Ukraine. And also, as for me, I'm sorry, as for me, it's interesting point that every day it's more and more refugees from Ukraine, and maybe Putin also waiting for the number of more than 5 million refugees from Ukraine to European Union, also to take one more card to his understanding of this negotiation. Second card, it can be like his legal in his way documents. Some documents, maybe he wanna organize referendum, fake referendum, of course, and to set to Ukrainian powers and to worldwide that these territories will be like Donetsk, Luhansk region, like Crimea, the territories of Ukraine. Third point, it's of course humanitarian crisis, because people suffering, because now it's thousands of people, of civilians, and of course thousands of people from army dying because of ceasefire, because they was killed by Russian occupators, all in Ukraine. And also we have bombing near border with Poland in western Ukraine, and till this point western Ukraine understanding like safe region, and till in this situation when it was bombing of hospitals, of children hospitals, of delivery department and OB department in hospitals. In Kharkiv, it's bombing of houses of civilians. We haven't solution from NATO about closing the sky. It's a solution when all aircrafts which will fly on Ukrainian territory will be shut down. Still we haven't this solution, but in positive way, of course, we have now attention of all world. We have more guns and more other technical tools for army, and that's why also Russia spent more than $1 billion for this war. And all economists said that sanction to Russian economy, it's very unpredictable, so it can be default in Russia. It's totally disaster, because it's harder than sanction to Northern Korea and to Iran. And now people in Russia also feel it, but I think that Putin will use also his totalitarian method and method of physical pressure, of taking people to prison for 15 years. For 15 years, when the people said that it's not special operation, when they talking through that it's war. That's why I'm not believe in big progress in negotiations now.